Welcome everybody, it's another day with another water tasting and I have the famous Chance again right next to me.
Hello everybody.
Good to see you, Chance, and I hope you're doing fine today.
Yeah, really good, not too bad.
Are you thirsty?
Very thirsty as always.
I like that.
I don't drink water for an entire day just so I can forge on with you.
Jesus.
I know I'm only going to be drinking the best.
Somebody's dehydrated right now, huh? Somebody's dehydrated and I need, the water someone needs to hydrate Chance. Hey, that's the way it should be.
Best way to do it.
But when you were waking up, so what are you drinking?
Usually I just go straight to the faucet, and because it's a quick and easy source. I mean, the grocery store is a bit far away, so usually on the weekends I'll try to pack up a big jug of some spring water now. Usually I just get whatever bottled water. But after talking to you, realize I try to get water from a natural source. I try to get something like Arrowhead in
Natural source.
big container, you know, some mineral water. But haven't been to the grocery store in a while, so usually I just wake up and drink from the tap.
Good.
But we should really try to drink natural spring water if we can.
It's important, guys, and I think Chance said it right. So when you're waking up in the morning, guys, it's extremely important to hydrate right away. Of course, over the night, you're dehydrated because you barely drink any water because you're sleeping. And after a while, after like hopefully 6 or 7 or 8 hours sleep, I know here in Hollywood sometimes it's just 3 hours maybe what we're doing, but hey, that's another story. But you should always drink some water right in the beginning because your body will like start to like really engage with the water. You're pretty much dehydrated over the night and then you can really start the day. It's kind of like a Red Bull effect. So your body really signalizes, okay, there's something going on. I'm drinking something now. I need to wake up. And it really helps to digest your food later on. It really helps to hydrate yourself, your brain function is starting to work. So it's extremely healthy to drink a lot of water, especially in the morning. And another thing, especially here in Los Angeles, because everybody wants to be very thin, like hopefully we both. Yeah, right, thin. Anyhow, you won't eat so much in the morning when you drink a lot of water. Because the cool thing is you drink a lot of water, your body kind of like, or your stomach fills up with water, and you don't eager so much to eat right away.
Yeah, there is something, I heard that if like there's actually a signal, like there is some muscles in your stomach so that when you fill it up, it actually stretches and that sends a signal to your brain that you're somewhat full to help satiate.
Here we go. Here we go. It's exactly
sense.
the right thing. So that's a cool thing. So guys, always in the morning, drink enough water. The most important thing. But today, we want to have two different waters right now. And Chance needs to take care of something right now in a second. So what we will do right now here, I will explain you a little bit about the two different waters, what we are serving today, or what we will have in the glass. We have Fiji, and I think everybody knows Fiji very well here in America. It's a very, very famous water here in America. I even knew it already in Germany when I was in Germany. I really like Fiji. It's a great water. I like the company. I think they're doing really cool things. I love that they are like 100% comes from nature, this water. There's nothing altered to it. The only downside to this water, I think sometimes, is the plastic bottle. I would love to taste Fiji water from a glass bottle. I would really love to taste that water from a glass bottle to see if there's any impact of the plastic. But I know they're using very, very good plastic. So therefore, I really hope that there's nothing like leaked into this water. And then on the other side, we have Iskilde from Denmark. A very cool spring. I've been to the spring as well several times, and it's a very unique spring, and you will see it later. So Chance, welcome back to the little live video what we're doing here. Earth finest water, what they're saying. I have to say, I'm not really into finest water, because let's face it, it all depends what you like.
Yeah, your preferences and
your preferences.
Qualities.
Huh? It's a great water, and it has a TDS of 222. Remind me, what is TDS again?
Total dissolved solids. Here we go. So the mineral content.
The mineral content, how much minerals are actually combined in that water. It comes from the Fiji Islands. Sometimes people say, come on, it's all marketing, Fiji Islands bullshit. No, it actually really comes from the Fiji Islands. And Fiji is very famous for the extremely high silica content. Fiji water is has one of the highest silica contents on this planet when it comes to bottled water. And therefore this water, and silica is a mineral what makes your water very smooth in taste. What I really like. So that's the interesting part about Fiji water, that the silica content is very, very high. So let's taste this. So this is the half bottle. They have like all sizes. They have half bottles, 750 milliliters. What is pretty cool because you can put them very nicely into your gym or something. They have 1 liter, 2 liter bottles. They have like all different sizes. And you can actually buy Fiji with a little straw as well, what goes in here.
Oh, really?
Through the cap, and then on the Hollywood parties you can easily, you don't have to mess with your makeup, and you can easily drink it like this, like with a straw. That's pretty cool.
read though that straws might make you get wrinkles faster.
Uh-oh.
So you never know.
We don't want that. Therefore, we're using nice crystal glass here. Chance?
Cheers.
What do you think?
Yeah, it is super smooth.
Yeah, I
really,
think so
really
too.
smooth.
And you almost can see it on the glass here. Like when I'm like putting this around, you can almost see how it looks like thick in your glass, like olive oil. And I think that's pretty cool. And the same effect, like it's very, very slowly, it's moving around. Huh? You can see it right here. Pretty awesome. Like especially like down there. So, and this is like due to the high silica content. TDS 222. So it's a good amount of minerals, great electrolyte source as well. It's all Mother Nature again, guys, huh? So it's a very smooth, almost like fruity water in the aftertaste, I think.
Yeah, definitely like a semi-sweet, fruity taste as well.
And it has a longer mouthfeel as well. So it's pretty, it lingers pretty long on your palate.
So is this actually what people in Fiji drink, the majority of the residents there?
I hope so, huh?
Yeah.
I like this water.
And you're actually, so you cooled, or let these bottles warm up a little bit after you took them out of the fridge, because you wanted to get the...
Correct. We had them early in the fridge, and obviously when you're putting water out of the fridge, it's extremely cold. In a regular base, you will see this on the bottle shape, that this is like very like, almost like shapy cloudy then. I don't like this because when we're tasting waters, you don't want to chill them down extremely. Because when you chill down a beverage, it doesn't matter if it's water or other beverages, when you chill something extremely down, the aroma's getting lost and they're kind of like hidden. And especially by water, because the aromas are not like that crazy intense, like wine or beer or liquor, we want to really detect every single little aspect of this water. So therefore, I let them outside, get them on room temperature, and then we will taste our waters here at Patina.
So would you say the optimal temperature is about room temperature for enjoying water?
So for professional tasting, what we're doing, and when I'm going out and doing professional taste tests, I'm always having them on room temperature, that I can really see every single little detail. I understand water should be refreshing for a lot of people as well, and people like cold water or like a little bit chilled water. So I think 59 degrees Fahrenheit would be the perfect tasting water, because this is like slightly chilled, like a red wine. When you're drinking that water by 59, it has like this refreshing effect first in your palate, but it goes right away on your body temperature, and you can very nicely then like really detect every little nuances of the water. So 59 degrees is perfect, but I think room temperature, when I'm drinking water, I like room temperature. I don't put it in the fridge. Okay. Iskilde, from Jan Bender, the founder of Iskilde, a very close friend of mine from Denmark. This water has a very interesting story, Chance. Because in Denmark, a retirement couple wanted to build a small little vacation house in a national reservoir. And the Danish government was saying, yeah, you can build your house in a national reservoir, but you're not allowed to bring a water pipeline through your house. And they thought like, it's like back to the nature is nice, but that's a little bit too much for us, huh? We need to find a spring. They found a spring, sent it over to a lab, and the lab said, wait a minute, there's something off with your water. It's like this, I don't know. There's like, that's weird, this water. Can you resend this? We don't believe that this water actually comes from that spring. They resent the water. Obviously the owner of the spring thought already like, forget it. It's like, that water cannot be good. It's like there's something off, and when the lab is already doing such a fuss about it, it might be not good. They resent the water to the lab said, it's exactly the same measurements. Can we see your spring? Because we don't believe that this water comes from the spring. So they found the most unique water ever been found in Denmark. And I will show you why. Because right now it's a still water, There's no sparkling, no bubbles. But when you look at the glass, you see there's something appearing.
Yeah, there is.
And for the camera right here, you can see it. It's like almost like a little milky and like small little bubbles. And Chance, I want to tell you,
It is.
I'm not America's only water sommelier. I can do magic with you. Because let's see. Huh? Looks water to you. Huh? There's nothing. And for the camera as well, huh? This is like normal, still water, what everybody knows, like this. So I can turn this into milk.
Okay.
Let's see if I can
I'm
do
ready
it.
for this one.
And you don't need to close your eyes, you don't need to like turn around, I don't need to say hocus pocus. Huh? That thing works. Okay. I will shake it 3 times and that thing is milky.
Okay.
Let's see. Again for the camera, very clear, very nice, looks like water to you. 1, 2, 3, look at this.
So what is that? Is that
Crazy.
Is it
And
the- is
we
it
can try
the-
it here, huh, with Fiji.
is it the minerals? What is it?
Look, there's no differences. And you see it very closely, it will disappear here. Huh?
And you said it and it's still water.
It's a still water.
Huh.
So what we're seeing here, and what we see here in the glass, and I think, yeah, we'll pour you a little bit more, let's pour a little
And
bit more Fiji.
And it's still in there. The bubbles are
Correct, it's still in there. And it literally looks like that this is a carbonated water.
Yeah, it does.
And I think hopefully the camera can catch it a little bit. You see here, this is Iskilde. There's like small little bubbles on your glass now, and here by Fiji, there's nothing. They are both still waters. So let's taste it, and then I will tell you what
Okay.
it is.
Okay.
Because right now you would think it's a sparkling water. Huh? Totally different mouthfeel, I think.
Totally. It's not quite as smooth as Fiji is, and you definitely get more of a minerality to it.
100%.
Yeah.
And especially the aftertaste. And this is what I really like about Iskilde water. The aftertaste is very, very unique. It has almost like this earthy, mushroomy, fig taste to it. What I think is unbelievable great. Recap a little bit, 222 TDS by Fiji water. Iskilde has 420 TDS.
So twice the
So
minerals.
it's almost twice the mineral. A little bit more sodium content as well, not really silica. But the interesting part is really the oxygen level.
Okay.
So this water has a higher oxygen level than all other waters ever been found in Denmark. And this was very, very unique for the lab. And the lab said, how is that even possible that H2O can have more oxygen than other waters, especially by Iskilde. So they found out that this water comes from an extremely cold spring, very, very cold. Around, it's like 4 to 8 degrees, like extremely cold in Celsius, guys, huh? Not Fahrenheit, guys, in Celsius. It's extremely cold, and cold water holds more oxygen than warm water does. So sometimes in New York, when you open your tap in the winter time, it's very cloudy as well, your water. This is the high oxygen content, what cold water holds more. And Iskilde means actually in the Danish language, ice spring. Iskilde. Because that water comes from an extremely cold spring with this extremely high content of oxygen. I've been to the spring.
So they bottle it before it cools in order to keep the oxygen.
Yes.
I mean before it warms up.
Correct. And I saw that spring directly coming from the spring, and they filled it up almost like it looks like a tap. They like open this,
Really?
they're putting the bottle beneath there, or like the glass, and then closing it. I had a glass, it took around 2 minutes to get from this cloudy aspect to a clear aspect. Because the oxygen content is even way higher directly from the spring.
Wow.
Because we all know when we're shaking bubbles, it will disappear at one point. The same with the oxygen content by Iskilde. So they can hold this pretty long in the bottle, but when it comes directly from the spring, the oxygen content is even higher. And it's very, very unique, I think, about Iskilde.
Does the oxygen affect the flavor? I mean, when you had it from the spring, did it taste a lot
It tasted,
different than...
no, I don't want to say a lot, but the oxygen content definitely has an impact on the flavor. Because I had other oxygenated waters, and they all have this interesting earthy note in the aftertaste. And I tasted 2 different waters for 2 years ago, and they didn't tell me what it is. and they poured me them both, kind of like what we did here in the glass. And I said to the Swan water, I think, the Swan water has a higher oxygen content, huh? And they're like, oh,
Really?
you can taste that? He said, yeah, this is 100% higher oxygen content, because it was this, it has a slightly earthy note as well, what Iskilde is really standing for. And it was very unique for me. I was last year in China, in Guangzhou. I'm flying in June again to Guangzhou to a water tasting competition. And I had to taste 80 different mineral waters blind. So they just poured me water into a glass, and I had to then taste, and not even telling them what kind of spring that is, just if I like it or don't like it, or what kind of rating I would give. And when they poured me Iskilde and I tasted Iskilde, I knew it would be Iskilde.
Really?
And I asked the young Bender, who was there as well, and I looked at him, he's saying, Iskilde? And he's like this. So I knew this would be Iskilde.
Unmistakable.
Because it's so unique in taste. So everybody who always thinks, come on, Chance and Martin, there's no different taste in water. This is completely crazy what you guys are doing.
And it's also crazy, because, for example, you bring in the water that had the super high mineral content that we tasted, TDS of 19,000, I think it was. And that's obviously going to be different than like a still water, but than one with extremely low TDS. But when you look at these, 200 and 400,
correct,
still relatively low.
It goes pretty much in the same area.
The TDS is, there's still a big taste difference. And even the last tasting we did, where it was both waters had extremely low TDSs, totally different tastes as well. So it's not just this crazy, extreme differences in mineral content.
And I think this is important for our viewers as well, and for you and for everybody. I think when you want to do a taste test, guys, buy some cool spring waters, put them side by side, what we're doing here as well. Don't chill them down, and then taste them side by side. And then look at the TDS levels, and then you're suddenly realizing, oh my god, they taste completely different. And that is the cool thing about water, that every single water on this planet tastes differently. And this is what I'm always saying, water is not just water. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Do you have a favorite, Chance, today?
I really like the Iskilde. I always like, in general, just things that have more complex flavors to them and profiles, and this is definitely unique.
It is unique.
This is super, super smooth and refreshing. This definitely has those earthy notes to it, and just the oxygen content you're talking about
fun.
Makes it really interesting.
And I can do it again, huh? Not think that like, okay, Martin, once and that's pretty much it. Here we go, guys. We're shaking it again, and you see it's cloudy again.
And what
it's not that extreme anymore, but you will see it right away. Good question. What are we pairing it for? I think Fiji water, because we said it's extremely smooth. It has this high silica content. I've been in Vegas 2 weeks ago, and we chilled down Fiji water in ice cubes and made a cocktail of it. And we tasted the same cocktail, the same measurements of the cocktail with all the same ingredients, with an ice cube shaken by Vegas tap water versus Fiji water. The cocktail was completely different.
Really?
Completely different.
Wow.
And we had 20 bartenders in the room, and they looked at me like, come on, Martin, now you're a little like, it's a little bit too much water now for you, I think, huh? That you're like chilling down in Fiji water on an ice cube, and then a regular tap water in an ice cube. Come on, there cannot be something different. It was a completely different sensation. The high silica content, the smoothiness, literally like fills out the smooth complexity of alcohol and makes the alcohol way more appealing, a little bit more on the sweeter side. So the cocktail suddenly showcased way more fruit notes. It was very smooth in your palate.
Wow, that's very interesting.
It was very, very cool. So therefore, Fiji, I think, is a great water for cocktails, for mixing. I love Fiji as well for desserts. I think this is a great, complex, great water when you eat something sweet, and then this almost like sweetie water. It's very, very unique. Versus Iskilde, we said earthy notes, mushroomy, everything pizza related, cheese related, mushroom related, obviously. Everything what you have like taste profiles of the earthy notes as well, it's really cool. And for Burgundy lovers, Burgundy wines. Because Burgundy wines from France have this interesting earthy notes as well in the aftertaste. And Iskilde has the same complexity than a Burgundy wine with this aftertaste in earthy notes. It's a perfect match. It's totally unbelievable cool. and we get a lot of guests in here who love Burgundy wines, and we have an amazing Burgundy selection here at Patina Restaurant. And I'm always recommending Iskilde to it, and they're all always very, very surprised how amazing this water tastes right next to a Burgundy wine. So again, water is not just water, guys. Water has an impact on everything what we're doing. And let's face it, Chance, without water, we wouldn't be on this planet. And I think we should say cheers to this. Thanks again for this
Thank you.
cool, great, nice hydration tasting. And guys, again, cheers to you, and hopefully put some comments beneath the video and let us know what you're drinking on a daily basis. Is it tap? Is it purified? Is it spring water? Let us know, or maybe alcohol, just alcohol. Hey, it's 89% water in there as well. Let us know. We're calling it the other water. So let us know what you think about the videos and what you're drinking to hydrate you. Cheers, guys.
See you next time.